everyone, my name is Sloan and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you are having a fantastic day. I'm having a great day. I got into grad school yesterday and this morning my boyfriend cut my hair for the first time and he did a fantastic job. So I'm really excited that he can do my hair forever. So let me know what you have going on in your life right now that's just going super well because I want to hear about it. But let's get on to the main topic of conversation for today. I'm going to be discussing the difference between the large form fiddly fig and the small form, often called a bambino or a little fiddle. Fun story, actually, I picked up this one first and I just knew I wanted a fiddly fig, didn't know that much. And I didn't even know that a Bambino existed, so I had no clue what I was buying. I'm going to help you not be like me and purchase what you think that you're purchasing and just have a better idea and be able to tell the difference. I find that there are three main things that differentiate between the two: color, shape, and size, and we'll go through all three of those, and by the end, you should be able to tell the difference when you see them in store and know exactly what you're buying. First, we'll talk about color. I found that on Bambinos or the little fiddles, their leaves are definitely a much deeper, darker green than the large form variety right here. And some of that's in the veining. The veining on this little fiddle is a little bit darker than almost the neon of this leaf. Hopefully you can tell the difference. When you put them side by side, it's definitely a lot easier to tell than if you're just looking at one. But in general, the leaf of the Bambino is definitely darker. So that's one thing that you can look out for when you're trying to purchase either one or the other. If you're looking for a Bambino, it's going to be a little bit darker. If you're looking for a large form, it's going to be a little bit lighter. When it comes to the shape of the leaf, the shape of the Bambino is a bit rounder. You can see this leaf, that is almost a circle. These are less round, they're more oval. There's more of like a texture around the leaf, if that makes sense. Here on this one, you can see it's almost a heart. That doesn't happen as much on these. They are really quite round. There's some amount of texture here, but far more round than the large form version. So that's another thing you can look for when you're trying to tell the difference between the two. Lastly, we're going to talk about size, and this is probably the easiest way to tell the difference. The Bambino leaves are really small, and they stay small, whereas with a fiddly fig, the regular version, sometimes they can be small, like a little bit small when they're young, but as the plant matures, they're quite large leaves. That doesn't happen with the Bambino. They stay about this size forever. And there is a bit of a misconception around Bambino fiddly figs. You'll find a lot of articles that say that they don't get large. Some articles will even say that they don't get taller than 3 feet tall. That is simply not true. I've seen multiple large Bambinos in person, and I'll put in a video here that shows a large Bambino fig right next to a large regular fiddly fig, and you can see the difference between the two. They're both really tall, but the leaves on the Bambino are smaller, they're more compact, they grow more closely together because they're smaller, and on the tall, regular, large fiddly fig, it looks a lot like the one that I have here. Big leaves, everybody's seen a tall fiddly fig. They're exactly what you think they would look like. So I will say that the difference in price is quite a difference. I can't remember exactly what the prices were, but I think it was over $100 more for the Bambino, and that's because they do take longer, or they can at least take longer to get large because they have to put out a lot more leaves to get to that size versus a regular fiddly fig is going to be the same size and have less leaves. The leaves are just bigger, if that makes sense. And lastly, I do want to share that I think the hardest time to tell the difference between a Bambino and a regular fiddle is when they're both really small, when they maybe have like only a few leaves. And I will say that even when they only have a few leaves, you will notice that the regular form of fiddly fig still has larger leaves than a Bambino. They're likely going to be smaller leaves than this, but they're still going to be larger. You can still look for that shape and that color. I hope this video helped clear up some questions that you may have had when trying to tell the difference between these two plants. And if you have any other suggestions for ways that maybe you tell the difference between the two, I would love to hear those in the comments. I'm always looking to learn something new. And if you have any questions, if there's anything that I can further clarify, I would be happy to try to do my best to do that in the comments as well. But I want to thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.